Did we really need a scene of Fushi laying eggs? Like, was that absolutely necessary for the plot? Because I don't know about you, I did not like it. I was very uncomfortable and I did not feel it added anything to the story. Now, we're talking about episode 6 of season 3 of To Your Eternity, and there were some really big plot reveals in this episode, and it really sets up the clear direction with the Knockers officially returning. I am very torn on that reveal because the end of season 2 was a really big moment. It was the moment where Fushi finally stood victorious over the Knockers, his enemies for the past nearly 40 episodes of To Your Eternity, and all the struggle and all the revivals that he had to do with his family. It was hard, and it was hard to watch at times. And then Fushi sacrificing 300 years of his life to sit in this tree and destroy all the Knockers just for them to be back. I get that that's what To Your Eternity is. It's the never-ending struggle of Fushi versus the Knockers. But I feel like we could have still gotten an interesting plot line without the explanation of, oh, they shrunk microscopic and now they're in everything. The reason I'm torn on it though is I do think that it could grow on me depending how they utilize it, because it's already starting to cause some very internal struggles for Fushi. Obviously, it's revealed to him in a horrifying scene where he stabs a little girl and the little girl stabs herself. That was a crazy scene where we also learn that the Beholder is back and actually taking the form of a kid who is now living as a kid and going to be a normal human in 4 years after giving most of their power to Fushi because Fushi achieved his dream, but he didn't. And that's the conflict that Fushi now has to face, is one of learning to love, which kind of to me plays as a side plot and unnecessary because I feel like he already discovered that. He already loves his family. He already understands the concept of love. So I don't really get why that's necessary. Maybe I'm missing something or misremembering because, yeah, I don't know. But the other one is learning to deal with failure. And that one does work a little bit more with me, where after the Beholder reveals to Fushi that the Knockers are still there and the Knockers are still coming after him, or maybe they're not. Maybe they just want to live in harmony. But Fushi can't accept that because the amount of torment that they put him and his family through, which is very fair. Again, end of season 2 was insane. So Fushi having to deal with all of these internal conflicts of not being able to achieve his dream, and the Beholder literally telling him, hey, you just need to accept this fact. Depending on how they spin that plot line, I think it could be really interesting, and it would definitely be more interesting than the Mizuwa plot line, which I'm starting to agree with some of my comments on. I'm not a big fan of Mizuwa. She's kind of the weakest part of this season. I don't know. That might just be me and my comments, but let me know your thoughts. Drop a like and follow.